boys and girls and motorcycle lovers. It is December 24th, Tuesday, I believe. And man, yesterday we had 20 hours of torrential rain. Now I've seen, you know, rain that hard before, probably maybe even a little harder, but I've never seen it rain that hard, that steady for 20 hours. It was amazing. So there is freestanding water everywhere around here, and I'm gonna try to do some dirt roads, but boy, I don't know if we're gonna get anywhere because like I said, there's freestanding water all over the paved roads. And you know, I have my Honda CB 500X now, but I don't have anything like a mud tire on there. So, sorry about this. Here, let me pause this video and get all this crap over to the storage unit. So, as I was saying, we had 20 hours of just pounding rain here. But you can see today, absolutely gorgeous. It's in the 60s, December 24th. Unbelievable. A little bit of wind out here, but nothing too serious. Now I'm going to try to find some dirt, but it may just be way too muddy unless it's a very dry, you know, elevated dirt road. And the other thing I have is I have this little puppy right here, and this is the Windshield Extender. I had the 11-inch for my Honda CTX 1300, and unfortunately that was too wide. But this guy, with any luck, will fit up here, as you can see. And I'm going to give it a try on the highway today, getting out to where I think some dirt is, and so we'll see how that works. I've also thought about, you know, all the modern Honda windshields, they actually have holes or slots drilled into them to let the wind go up to eliminate buffeting. I might try that. If I ruin this shield, again, I'm not all that thrilled with this shield to begin with. And one of my subscribers said I should look into a Madstead shield. And they're not too expensive. They're a couple $100. They're not cheap, but he swears by it. So thank you, subscriber. And let's go ahead and get this sucker on here and then figure out what I want to do. Oh, also I found a website called gravelmaps.com, and then you can punch in your state and your county, and it shows you where you have dirt roads. So that's how I found some dirt roads. There is nothing in Myrtle Beach, but if you look at Conway or some of the towns around here, they have dirt roads that are, you know, 5 miles long, 11 miles long, whatever. So I'll be using that. So give me a minute, let me get this thing on here and we'll see where we go from there. And so installation of these things is fairly simple. You just gotta faff it around, as the English guys would say, until you get it level, because if this thing isn't level, it's gonna drive me insane. And that's pretty much just eyeballing it. And then these screws here, who knows if I have any focus, but these screws, you just slip it over the existing windshield, and then these screws, loosen them to get it on, and then you just tighten them up to clamp it. And this windshield still looks a little bit small to hold this extension on there, but we'll give it a try. So once you get it clamped, then you can adjust the angle and you can move this up and down, and so we'll play with it. My idea is to have it so my line of sight is just over this top edge, but we'll see how all this works. The other thing that's going on is some of my previous bikes either had belts or they had you know, shaft drive. Now I'm looking at this chain and you can see it's quite dirty, but I'm also very happy to see these teeth do not have shark teeth. They don't have you know, pointy dips to them, so that's good. So it looks like the sprocket's in good condition. I've been watching YouTube videos on how to clean your chain, and unfortunately there's all kinds of different opinions, but I bought some Simply Green to clean it, and just plain old gear oil to lubricate it. That's what the Fortnite guy said. Now others have said kerosene to clean it and a commercial lubricant to lubricate it. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what works out best. But anyway, none of that stuff has arrived yet. But as soon as it does, I'll be cleaning this chain. So I got it on. It looks pretty level to me. And one thing is, as I was tightening up this top bolt on the left, it's stripped. I had no idea these were that delicate. So that's not going anywhere. And then the whole thing was a little crooked, so I loosened these up. I moved this a little bit to level it off. So be careful, those are far more delicate than I thought. And then there are these simple, I don't know what you call them, but you twist this thing and then it'll turn. And then there's also another little thing here that turns these tabs to loosen these up to put them in position. That's quite a ways away from the original windshield. The height's pretty good. And you know, now it's just about experimenting with it and seeing what it does or doesn't do for me. The other thing is I don't like these mirrors at all. I want to put my mirrors on. But my God, this, I don't know how he did this, but these are so tight. I had a wrench. I could not loosen that to save my life. I don't know what he's done here. But I'm going to maybe try one more time to get my mirrors on there. Which I like better, and then we'll go for a ride. So I'm gearing up. By the way, I have the windshield that I took off of my CTX ready to go. This one does not have stripped screws. It's in perfect condition. If you're interested in that, that's the 11-inch. I've got these Kinetic Fun tail bags that fit the Honda CTX 1300. I've got this beautiful Harley Davidson, genuine Harley Davidson quick release backrest. I don't know if I'm pointing at that correctly. And I've got this whole motorcycle turnaround stand. All that stuff is for sale, so shoot me a comment if you have any interest in any of that. And I will, I'm sure we could agree on a price. That'd be very reasonable and good for both of us. So, gear. Let me pause this. So gear is always the issue, right? Because I don't want to sweat. I don't want to be too hot. I don't want to freeze. So I think I'm going to do sweatshirt, textile jacket, my summer weight gauntlet gloves. And then I gotta have some kind of a layer underneath that textile jacket or it just feels creepy. So I'll put my sweatshirt back on. Hopefully I won't be too cold. I've got a thermos full of coffee. I got a bag full of Gorp for lunch. Because where I tend to end up, there's no Starbucks. Move this a little further forward. I like that Air Hawk. Don't need it. You do not need it, but I just like it. And then skivvy bag's pretty cool. I can't say I like this Twisted Throttle sticker. I mean, it's reflective and all, but all this is reflective too. It's like a freaking Christmas tree back there, but this bike is not. This bike is not about the looks, is it? It's not about attracting the ladies. It's about riding, baby. Now those Conti Attack tires, ugh, those do not look like, that's not the choice I would have put on there. They do not look like they got a whole lot of off-road cred at all. But they're brand new. And I'm semi-retired, I think. Who knows? So I really not in a position to replace those. I got to get some life out of them. I should be sticking more on the pavement anyway. But yeah, hitch up my britches here. Got to hitch your britches, right? Fire this sucker right up. Ooh, boy, that fires up. One little push, boom, fired up. I love this muffler. I know you can't hear it really on the videos, but I can hear it. And that's unusual. Usually motorcycles, all you hear is the mechanical noise of your own bike, you know, all this gear stuff, and then you hear the wind, and usually that's it. Oh shit, speaking of the wind, I've decided that earplugs, well, since I'm testing out the windshield, let's go without the earplugs right now. See what that feels like. Sounds like, rather. All right, windshield. This will be interesting. You can see the water all over the place. And if I get into some mud, I'm going to be into some deep doo-doo. So, there she is, boys and girls. Looking good, new windshield. We'll see what we have there. The CBX rides again. Really only my second real ride on this thing. Ooh, a lot of wind coming in from the left. Face shield down. Ooh. Yeah, look at, see, I don't know if you can see the American flag over there. That's some serious wind, boy. And when I turn north on 31 here in a minute on the highway, I'm going to be going right into the teeth of that wind. So that's actually a pretty good test for the new windshield. It's nice and level. I don't think it's going anywhere. Question is, what's it doing? And then, like I said, even if this doesn't work, I'll look into that Madstad shield, and this little sucker pop on top of that to completely take the buffeting and the wind off of my head, face shield, neck. One thing I notice is that he's got the shift lever much lower than the brake lever, and that's a simple adjustment, you know, to raise those up or not. You just loosen up these modules here with a screwdriver and put them wherever you want. But I'm thinking he's got that down there on purpose for shifting and feathering the clutch while standing up. So I'm thinking there might be a method to that madness. So this is into a very stiff wind, 63 miles an hour. Now if you move your hand up and down, you can actually see where the wind is, and I'm getting some right at the crown of my helmet. All of this is still air here. So it's really just hitting the top of my helmet, which is awfully damn good. Now my shoulders, on the other hand, are getting nailed. Left and right shoulders. And again, this is into a very stiff headwind. So it's, you know, probably a 10-mile-an-hour wind. I'm doing 60. That's like a 75-mile-an-hour wind I'm going into. But I'll tell you what, little bastard's working.